Last week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle not only got some work done on our bridgehead refit, but it also satisfied our craving for authentic Mexican tacos. The crew worked hard and ate well as we indulged in an enjoyable recollection of our culinary adventure in Mexico. Let's continue our story as the shower pan has been laid out, ground down to raw core, layered with Biax cloth to correct the grade, sanded and faired smooth, then overlaid with 8-ounce cloth. Oh, and did I mention there were tacos involved as well?
Brings me back to Mexico.
Now that you're all caught up, let's pick things up there.
Well, it's the next morning. Let's see how things are looking in here. We let all this glass cure overnight, and it's ready for the final sanding here. Well, not the final sanding, but the final glass sanding. I got a couple things I want to do. I want to sand this out, and if I have any little defects, or I will need to feather this leading edge down. But we also need to, fair the perimeter of this, get that nice sweep in. We'll be doing that. Get this all smoothed out and nice and finished off for paint. I also want to attack this little issue right here. I drilled this hole when we originally built this head. And look at this, I never treated the core. It didn't, you don't really need to. This is a polypropylene core. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Basic is made out of. It's, impervious to water. Each cell is isolated, so water can't transfer from one to another. And the lifespan on this is, hundreds of years.
The lifespan of Dynacore is not a fixed number and depends heavily on its application, how it is installed, and ongoing maintenance. The material itself is resistant to moisture and corrosion, which significantly contributes to its longevity.
So the only reason I would want to fill this core is for if I was underwater, compression reasons, or aesthetics. And well, I have it out right now, and I will be putting a new fitting in here and cinching it down. So I do want to get something in there just for the compression aspect, and it'll look nice. So I will be attacking this as well. But we got a lot to do today. If I get ambitious, I'm going to start fairing all the walls. That might be a little bit later today, but we'll see how far I get. I've got a lot to do to finish this project up. I better get going. Now that I have this glass overlay, I could use a little bit of power tools rather than hand sanding. This is much more durable than that fairing compound, which I was a little paranoid of dipping my orbital in and then creating a wavy surface. Now that it's all flattened out, I'll be able to kind of get this this kind of hatch mark out of the surface, kind of smooth this out and see if I need any additional fairing. This is feeling pretty good. Well, feeling really good. Let's get my baby wipe out and kind of feel the surface. I like this because it pulls all the dust off. Kind of gives you a nice visual too. Look at that. Yeah, that's feeling glass smooth now. Can't feel any bit of that cloth in there anymore. It's feeling good. Look I hid all the seams. This will be under that fillet, so that'll disappear. And this will be even faired down even more into the pan here. I think what I'll do is I'll fair this next. I need to also attack this little spot on the wall. There was a little divot right here. I'm going to fair just this lower portion of the wall all the way around, because when I put this fillet in, I don't want it to follow an irregular path. I want it to have a nice, new, smooth surface to go along. So we'll fill this in, kind of work the bottom 6 inches where I've put this big tab up for the shower pan. Kind of get all this cleaned up and then do my fillet.
Oh, the joy of fresh bearing, brand new.
Thank you.
You want the spreader?
It's right there. I've pre-scuffed the walls up about 8-10 inches here. Try to work as much of this hump out of here as possible. I got half of it out when I sanded. This is going to go on thin. I just want to fill in the little bit of stipple there. And I've also drawn a reference line here. Okay, we're getting there on the wall here. I'm not doing much. You can see this bottom part. That's what I was really anxious to do. So when I put that fillet in, it's not riding in that uneven trough right ahead in there. Okay, I'll go to my reference line and then fair this little bit of glass out. I didn't want to feather that too much. I wanted to do this with fairing compound. Okay, I'm about halfway done. I like to stop and clean my tools. Helps me get crisper edges, so I don't have so much sanding and cleanup later. Got a nice sweep here. Touch that, grab my problem areas, and we'll let this go. I don't want to play with it too much. It just you start losing ground. So I'll concentrate over here. Thank you. Okay, I've worked my way around the whole perimeter. I've got the glass nicely sloped and faired down into the pan. I put my reference marks here. That's about where I'm shooting for, slightly over that mark. And that way I can get rid of this last little bit of ledge on this side as well. just spent the last hour and a half hand sanding out this pan. And everything's looking good. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably a little more that I'll probably do, but you know, I'm kind of in this Groundhog's Day situation where you wake up every morning and you're doing the same thing, epoxy and fairing and sanding and over and over and over. So I think I'm gonna stir things up, break away from this pan for just a minute and do something totally different. I'm gonna work on this drain. Pull the plug out here. I'm gonna fix that core. Not fix it, just fill the core. So there'll be epoxying and fairing and sanding. Well, okay, so it's exactly the same, but it'll feel different because I'll be inside and outside of the boat. So there's that. Okay, let's get on this. I'm gonna start with a sharp chisel. It looks rusty, it's seen some ocean miles, but it's still fairly sharp. Just coming along this top edge here and just try to sever that first cell of this polypropylene honeycomb. I don't need to crush this back very far, just maybe 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch. And I'll do this top and bottom. Okay, I have two options here. Now that I've cut the top and bottom, I can either just crush it back slightly, or I could remove just a single cell. And I kind of tend to do a little of both. If I could grab a piece, I'll remove it. If it's too hard to pull out, I'll crush it back. But this way I can get some of this cell out of here. Okay, I've removed a little over half of those cells. Gives me room to just push back, fold into those gaps, the other cells that I haven't removed. This will give me a nice little, look at this. That should work out perfect. I'll be filling that with thickened epoxy.
Thickened epoxy!
We'll let it fire off, sand, and fair it smooth. Okay, it's looking real good. Okay, next step is mix up some thickened epoxy.
Thickened epoxy!
And launch the dinghy. Will need to be below there because as I'm putting this thickened epoxy in, I need to be cleaning up on the underside. But to get the dinghy under the bridge deck, we'll have to remove the outboard. So we'll do that real quick and get started on this. Looks good.
Ready for you.
Try to do this without making too much of a mess. You mixed up the perfect amount.
You need me to go under now?
In a minute. Let me just kind of work this a minute. Thank you. Yeah, looks good. You ready to go down?
No, I'll go under.
Okay.
Shoot. Okay. Not bad.
Don't drip it on your face.
All done.
That's it?
That's it. I only saw one spider.
Oh yeah. Forgot about the spiders.
Don't even say that.
Okay, now let's turn the dinghy around and we'll put it back in the harness.
Oh, the other way?
Yeah. Okay, this is one of those things that the more I touch it, the worse it's going to look. I'm just going to let it fire off and get onto something else. So while that's curing, I'm going to work on the fillet all around the perimeter here. Get that installed or applied and...
I'm ready for you.
Okay, I better get going.
We're on a mission, baby.
Okay. Okay, I have a 1-inch little stir stick here. That'll give me a nice radius on this inside corner. Couldn't be easier. This isn't for strength at all. This is just to keep the water running down the wall and into the pan itself. Okay, I think I am in a good place to stop for tonight. So everything's looking good. I've got a lot going on. I've got the epoxy in the drain. I've got all of the fillet in, and we'll just let all this fire off, let it cure overnight, sand it out tomorrow, but yeah, we're looking good.
Thanks for watching another productive Onboard Lifestyle video. A special thanks goes out to our amazing patrons, whose generous support drives the production of our channel. Join our crew if you can. Every day we get a bit closer to completing this project, and with the shower pan taking shape, It will be time to start on other aspects of this refit. So come back next week to see what we have planned. See you then!